And we are live. I
Okay.
believe
Well,
it.
check our page.
My bell rang for the channel.
Your
so-
bell rang? Are you in the
I
notification?
got that bell turned on.
Are you in
those things?
Are you in the notification squad, Steven?
It says
I'm
2
in the
minutes
notification
to
squad.
podcast on the stream. Wait, never mind. It
No.
lied.
It's up.
we
I'm looking at it right now. I'm
Yeah.
hitting the like button on it.
Oh, that's patriotic right there.
You like
it's
that?
good.
I like
Like
that.
that? Awesome.
I'd much rather have an American flag than Will.
Jeez. All right.
What? I'm
Welcome.
just being patriotic.
Welcome to the Patriotic Podcast. My name is Jesse. Hashtag Idiots is here. We're ready to go. We're having a pretty good day. At least I am. We're going to go ahead and just, let everybody introduce themselves, starting with Steven.
Hey, I'm Steven/Steve, also known as Stevos, like a tenth of the time on this channel. Yeah.
Nice ASMR intro. That's what they're all like.
Hi guys, this is Steve.
I'm Steven. My name's Steven.
Oh, you watch GB as well. Nice. Okay.
All right, Luke, go ahead and just say hello.
Should I do an ASMR intro too?
Please
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yes.
Hi guys, welcome to Luke Whispers. I'm gonna be tapping on this
Too
candle.
effective. Stop, you're too effective. I gotta get homework
Yeah.
done tonight.
I'm Luke. I am also known by Lucrative only on like our stuff. I never call myself that.
And you never will.
We kind of assigned you that
Never
name.
will.
But
Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, because I had something else, and you guys came up with Steven came up with Lucrative, which is like way better. And I'm like, sure, if I got to go with something, I'll do Lucrative. I'm Luke. Just
Nobody actually
never
goes
go
by
by
these
my
names
channel.
anymore.
no, none of us do.
No, that was like
Not
back in
joking.
the day when people cared when we came up with those names.
Gamer.
Right. Well, nobody cared about us specifically.
Well, nobody.
Sorry.
Yeah,
And we didn't care about each other, so.
and we still
That's
don't.
also true.
But
Oh well, I was gonna say there's been some growth, but all right.
but for the first time airing live today, we have I'm just Will.
An
Hi,
American flag. Oh.
Will, the living American flag.
yeah.
Say hi, Will.
It's me.
Come on, say hi.
Hey, it's me. My name is Will. My username's racist, so I'm not gonna say it.
No, Will, we already have a bad reputation on this podcast for controversial topics.
Not really.
No,
We just
not
talked
really.
We just talked about homeless people once, and we were like
No,
thinking we were being okay, and then we looked back at it. We were like, "That's actually really does not sound good." Hey,
no.
guys,
My username is actually racist though.
What the heck?
it's not Will. Whatever.
I mean, it's a little racist. It's not like.
It's not really.
No.
It's like making fun of an accent, isn't it? Isn't that literally just the whole point of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I find it funny.
It's pretty.
I like it.
Okay.
We make fun of
I'm
like
gonna feign ignorance.
hold on, but we make fun of like Southern accents all the time.
I mean, we're in,
Yeah,
we're in
we're not
Virginia,
from
so
the
that's
South
close
or
enough.
Well,
No, but we're also from the South, so it makes it
Those
okay.
No.
Those are they're like subhuman.
Jeez.
Joke.
What?
We like making jokes in
Wait,
these
Southern
podcasts.
people are subhuman? I take issue with that, dude.
Luke, you are subhuman. Steven, you are quarter human. All right.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Is that what
I'm
works?
probably more southern than Luke.
That's actually true. That's actually true. So I decided it's too early to light up a fall candle.
This really is an
I'm gonna
ASMR channel.
wait till the weather is at least like below 80 degrees. So instead, we're lighting up whatever the heck this is.
That looks
Is that
very
a
empty
cigar?
inside.
You're gonna
It
like
is
that.
kind of like
It's not
me.
on fire?
Yeah.
It looks like it's a.
Candle sniffing ASMR.
Beautiful.
Not yet.
Dang.
No. It's beautiful.
Well, this is off the rails already. So what do we? Have
I'm
to
reeling
talk-
us in. I'm
Who are
reeling
you?
us in. I'm Jesse.
you?
I already said I'm Jesse. I said it at the beginning of the podcast.
I wasn't
I'll say it at
listening.
the end of the podcast, and I'll say my name a lot. Steven, going along with this, what have you been up to this week?
What have I been up to this week? Well, I started playing Moonlighter. That's really fun.
It looks fun.
It is really, really fun.
What is
So-
Moonlight?
I first started looking, I got that game for free through the Epic Games Store, a month or two ago, and I looked at a couple screenshots, and I was like,
Traitor.
that's kind of cool. I might,
Is
I
that
might,
the
you know,
one
play
that's? Is that the one? Is it like a platformer kind of thing?
No,
No.
Moonlighter.
So-
Okay, I know I downloaded it. That's the thing. That's
I
why
looked at
I'm
a couple screenshots. I was like, this is cool. I'll probably play it in like a few years or whatever when I'm retired or whatever. But then, like, I was talking to Jesse at like the other day, and I was like going through my Epic Games library, and he was actually telling me what the game actually was, and I was like, that sounds pretty awesome. So I downloaded it, and essentially it's like a mix of
Oh yeah.
like Zelda 1, like dungeon crawling style, but it's like a roguelike.
Yeah.
With like it's kind of a roguelike.
Oh,
It has that
yeah.
aspects of like, you know, you lose your loot when you die and stuff, but
I'd
you know, you still
probably
keep
enjoy
some
that.
progress. But so you by night you're moonlighting as a dungeon crawler, and by day you're a salesperson in a shop in like a little fantasy town, and it's excellent. Like it's the market economy aspect of it. It's like it's got depth and complexity to it, but it's not like too complex where it's like a chore.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like really, really well done. And there's like crafting, and you know, like, you know, you can like invest in your shop. You can like build up the town and like buy, you know, like bring in like other like you know sellers and like crafters and stuff. You know, and there's like other like, and there's like a story too as well.
Yeah.
So I think there was some DLC that came out recently, which I haven't really looked into.
That's
But
right.
it's an absolutely excellent game.
Yeah, I really
sounds
wanted to play it. I've been
Yeah.
interested in
Let
that game
me-
since before it came out, and I just never got around to playing it. I might pick it up. Too bad I didn't get it while it was free, but you know,
Yeah,
it's probably
When was
only
it
like
free?
like a month or two ago. I don't even remember.
Hopefully, I picked it up. That would suck if I didn't. But
Yeah, it's a great game. It's very relaxing, very easy to play. I mean, some of the dungeon crawling can get a little bit like, you know, frustrating at times. You know, because it's meant to have a little bit of difficulty. It's not that hard of a game, but it's got some challenge to it, and it's very, very like Zelda 1 inspired. There's like they directly like quote the famous line at the beginning of the game, like the way the camera's angled on the dungeon is very, very similar to like the
Yeah.
first Zelda game, and it's really, really cool. Highly recommend it.
neat.
So that's what I've been playing this week.
Awesome. Luke, what have you been up to?
well, let me start off before I forget. I got a Power Bowl at Taco Bell, and look what I got on it.
Aww.
Oh.
Thought that was kind of weird. But as far as what I've been doing, so I haven't really played anything. I haven't even gotten around to playing Control, which is like the only. I try to go one game at a time if I can. Otherwise, I'm never going to beat anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I am. I just jump game to game. So I haven't done much of anything else except I watched a couple movies. I watched The Dark Crystal for the first time.
Ooh, I've been wanting to watch that. How was it?
I don't think it's aged that well.
Oh.
Here's the thing: is like, despite what you might think, it really is a kids movie. Like,
Interesting.
there's like
What is
not a lot of story or anything going on. I'm sorry.
What is this movie? I've never.
Okay, so
The Dark Crystal. It's a cult classic. It's directed by somebody.
Jim
and
Henson?
Jim Henson.
okay.
Yeah, Jim Henson and somebody else co-directed.
Oh, it's one of those movies. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a puppet movie, but it's kind of like, you know, it's got.
Oh,
more
okay. I've seen like
animatronics.
screenshots
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah. They just did a Netflix like prequel series, which sounds terrible.
Huh.
Like a prequel series to anything sounds awful, but apparently it's really good. Actually,
Yeah.
So
I mean, it
Yeah,
looked
this is
gorgeous.
very- I'm looking at screenshots. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
very Jim Henson.
yeah, it's really well. That's the thing is like the puppets. Not a lot of them aged that well, surprisingly.
Huh.
But this was pretty cutting edge at the time. This was '83, so it was the first live action movie without people. I think is how they sort of marketed it. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some stuff that's like really, really good and looks really cool. And obviously, all the puppetry, no matter how it looks now, is very, very like impressive.
Yeah.
Still, you know, it's all well done. It's just that, you know, some of it, it's not trying to really trick you into thinking these aren't puppets. At least I don't think that's what they're trying to do. But it is downright refreshing to watch a movie that does not have CGI in it.
Yeah.
Honestly. So like having all these crazy creatures and stuff, and they all are like, you know, people in suits. Like even if you can tell, it's kind of cool to have that. It was funny though because like the villains, like they have these really cool designs. Like they're these bird lizard things.
Yeah.
But like they're supposed to be evil and scary and dark and all that. The main characters are the ones that freaked me the heck out the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because they look more like people, and their mouths don't move right. Like they're just none of the lip syncing's correct for them. So they were the ones that weren't as well done as like everything else in the movie. But yeah, it's a kids movie like from the 80s. It like has very very little story to it. So, which is a little bit disappointing, but other than that, like the sets are really good, cool puppets, all that's really fun. And then I watched a second movie.
All right.
I watched Equilibrium. I don't know if you guys know anything about this movie.
That's Christian Bale, right?
Christian Bale. So
It's
I
sci-fi.
realized this. Yeah, so this movie came out 2002, and I was like, that makes sense because this movie, I think it wanted to be The Matrix really bad.
Oh,
Yeah. I know
So-
this.
Yeah, so basically it's got that high concept sci-fi plot to it, but it's mostly based around the action. At least that's the pitch or the idea going into it, I think. But yeah, basically it's just a dystopian sci-fi future, near future. Nobody has basically they give people a drug to make sure that they don't have emotions, and they do that to like keep wars from happening and stuff, so that people can't be angry with each other. That's like the basic idea. So yeah, but here's the thing, right? So it's not like this grounded sci-fi universe, because the guys that they send in to enforce are Christian Bale and Sean Bean, and these guys go in and they're called the clerics. And they got these huge collars, and they learn what's called the gun kata. So you take two automatic pistols, and you study this like kung fu where you angle yourself to hit the guy and dodge the bullet.
Kata's
And
not
you
in
got
Kung
like
Fu.
these. It's amazing. It's
Yeah,
kung
that's
fu.
not the
It's-
Matrix at all.
No, I'm like, wait, this was trying to be the Matrix because they even have the long jackets and everything. It's great.
Sounds
It
amazing.
was
Yeah,
like,
I
I saw
wish-
it was like 2002, so that would have been like, what, the year or two? When did The Matrix come out? Was that 1999?
99, right?
99.
Okay.
And then the sequels both came out in 2003, right?
Something like that, yeah.
think. I think that's how it was. So yeah, but either way, post Matrix, so like it makes sense they wanted to do that. But yeah, it's just a dumb movie because like you're just thinking this whole time, like okay, so you're hunting down people that don't have them, or like that are like not taking their drug to make themselves not have emotions, right?
Yeah.
Why are you so angry about it if you don't have emotions? It makes no sense.
Logically
so many-
moved.
Yeah, I was like, there's so many things
Passionate
that
logic.
I'm like, you obviously have emotions about this, and it's like really blatant. But yeah, it's other than that, like the plot could have been good if there was more dumb action. I think it would have been more forgivable. Like they should just went in heavy on one or the other instead of trying to do both. You know,
Yeah.
Matrix got that balance, but Equilibrium did not. It needed more action or like in stupidity or more of the concept of the film.
Interesting.
But yeah, so I wasted a couple hours. I don't know if I want to say I wasted it. I enjoyed my time enough with Dark
Was
Crystal.
Sean Bean good in Equilibrium? Was he enjoyable? Because I love
Yeah,
Sean
he was
Bean.
good.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was good in it.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I played any new games or anything.
Cool. Alrighty, well, on that note, Will, have you done anything interesting this week that you'd like to talk about? Watched anything? Watched anything? Played anything? Or just had an interesting experience?
The way you said that made it sound like I don't do anything.
I mean,
Why-
that's
We're
also
about
true.
to find out.
Well, I know you're very busy as of recently with a
Yes,
lot of
I am
stuff.
very busy.
So it was more of just like, I know you've been busy, but have you done anything
Uh-huh.
interesting, kind of a thing. Not like
To me, it's interesting. I've had actually a decent amount of free time to spend watching anime.
Nice. What anime have you been watching?
A lot of normie anime. I'm gonna be honest. So I started out watching this one series. It's called Fruits Basket.
Is that a slice of life one?
You could consider it that. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, the whole premise is this girl is pretty much this orphan girl has to move in with a bunch of guys.
Wow. Nice. Okay.
Oh.
Japanese. It's not in any way like that at all.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Will.
And,
Not yet.
We get it. We get it. Okay, we get it, Will.
But it turns out the guys that she moves in with are all cursed. And their curse is that whenever they are hugged by someone of the opposite sex, they turn into a member of the Zodiac.
That's so dumb.
I love it.
You know what? You sold me. That's the stupidest. That's what I wanted from. That's what I wanted from Equilibrium. Just stupid stuff like you just. Why would anybody? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
she accidentally bumps into this one guy and accidentally gives him a hug. And he turns into an orange.
How do you accidentally hug somebody?
Well, they were on the stairs.
Oh,
Oh, okay,
wait.
all right, that makes sense.
Am I
the
stupid?
gravity and-
Orange is part of the Zodiac.
No, I don't.
Is that a spoiler?
know.
I'm like,
No.
okay.
It
All right, so tell us about an
So
anime.
the
that-
anime's just dumb, then.
Yeah, so tell me
No,
the anime
wow.
that was good that you watched.
No. I mean, it's dumb because it doesn't know what the Zodiac is.
Oh, well, I have no idea. I don't
Is
know.
the Zodiac different?
I mean, I know kind of what the Zodiac is, but I actually don't really know much about
I
it.
thought it was like animals, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
animals, but I don't.
It's
Can like
animals, man.
fruits
don't-
represent? Yeah,
I
I'll
don't-
look it up in a minute.
I don't keep up with astrology.
Neither do I. But you know,
I don't think that's astrology, actually. Regardless,
no, it's
moving on
astrology.
from that, it is okay. I don't.
All right. What else?
I watched another anime called Demon Slayer, which is another very popular normie anime.
That's one that's recent, right?
Yes, it is fairly recent.
Okay. Yeah.
It is
so-
pretty good.
Oh.
about-
Oh, so I did have an answer for that, but let's back to Demon Hunter. That's what I'm interested
Slayer.
in. How is that?
Demon Slayer.
Oh, Demon Slayer. Yeah. What did I say? Demon Hunter? Demon Slayer. Sorry.
Demon Hunter. Yeah. Basically, it follows a kid with a tragic past, and he becomes a demon slayer because demons did the horrible tragic past event that I won't spoil.
Okay. I
and he
more or
turns to
less
become
I've
a demon slayer, and he trains and is pretty cool. And there's a pretty cool old dude. Yeah.
cool dudes.
I watched that, and then I watched.
Oh my god, so much anime.
I know I was just bored. I'll cut to the chase. I watched another one called 91 Days, which it's set in the 1920s America during the Prohibition period, and it follows a bunch of members of the mafia during that time, and they're peddling alcohol.
Do
you
they
heard of
each
that
have
one?
like different colored suits? Because I think I've seen.
No,
Okay,
there's
that's a
nothing
different one.
interesting about their suits. And it follows this one person who's basically trying to infiltrate them for reasons that the mafia, a certain mafia family, they're Italian. So they've got like the whole like, it's basically like 1920s anime Godfather, but with a twist. So there's
So
lots of
how
references
does-
to Godfather. Yeah.
Yeah, how does it capture American culture and Italian American culture?
They have Italian names. They have American mannerisms. That kind
I was
of
just
thing.
like, okay, I was just like, does it like do?
They do it. They do it.
things
If you're
incorrectly?
asking if it emulates
It's
America
accurate.
pretty well, yes. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
that's
they do
cool.
a pretty decent job of emulating a 19. Apart from the machine guns, which I don't think were widely used in the 1920s. Or whatever. It's Hollywood. Or no,
Right.
actually, it's not Hollywood. And
It's like
finally,
Tommy guns. That's like the stereotype mafia.
yeah, the
weapon,
Tommy.
even though
Yeah,
it may
this is
not
a
have-
stereotypical mafia
Yeah.
gun. Yeah.
Okay, but going back to Fruit Basket, I looked up
Basket.
zodiac fruits, and then it's like what fruit you should eat based on your zodiac sign.
Well, it's the fruits. The name actually has little to do with the actual
Yeah, but
you
you
said
said
they
they
turned
turned
into
into
Zodiac.
like an orange.
into different animals of the zodiac.
You said an
Yes.
orange at one point, though. You said
No,
do you-
he
What?
turns, in, he
Oh
turns
my
into
God.
he
I'm
turns into an
confused.
orange cat.
Oh,
I just heard orange.
all three of us just heard orange, and we were like, "What zodiac are like?"
No,
they
he turns
follow?
into an orange cat.
Oh,
okay.
I thought you were confused as to whether the cat in the zodiac was orange or something. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
he
We were
turned
like,
into an orange.
Yeah.
No,
That turned into
no.
like anime annoying orange.
He turns
or
into
something.
one guy turns into an orange cat, one turns into a gray mouse, so on. So.
interesting.
Okay,
Not
so
really,
that-
but, you know.
That's a little bit less dumb. But then it's like, see, that's the thing is it was like a Mandela effect because you said orange and we were thinking Fruit Basket the whole time.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
So we
that's
thought it had to make
definitely
sense.
yeah.
That's
That does
that's
it for
really
all the
dumb.
anime I watched, and then I played some Man of Medan, which was fun. Played that with a couple.
We've
friends.
also played that.
We also
Yeah.
have played that, yeah. And you missed out on playing that with us. You
Yeah,
scoundrel.
I did. I'm sorry.
Bad
There's a
boy.
couple of decent jump scares in it too. Like,
To
but
me,
not jump scares.
Depends on how good you are.
I don't really count like most of the things in there as jump scares.
Right.
But
But
It's like,
well,
it's a fish! Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, wait.
Like the
Hang on,
best scares in there is when there's something in the corner and you don't
Yes.
notice
No,
it.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't
Or
count that as a jump
or like
scare.
when one of the, or like when one of the characters glitches in and out of existence.
I'm
And you're
actually,
like,
I'm actually.
I feel like that wasn't part of the game, so that you'll
Wait a
have
minute.
to stay tuned for our Let's Play.
Okay,
that we are
so
doing
wait.
of that.
About something very similar to that. Should we talk about this a little bit? I want to.
My-
Sure. I'm pretty sure we're
Okay.
way further in the game than you are.
Yeah, you
so-
probably are. How long have you guys played it? Like what?
We're at like 3 hours in.
3 hours in. I'm about an hour and a half, 2 hours in. So you guys, where are you guys? I don't mind.
We
spoilers.
are on the already on the ship.
on the ship. Okay.
Yeah, we feel like we figured out what the.
We
plot
pretty much
is.
Okay.
we know what the plot is at this point.
Yeah,
It's
and then-
so
Okay,
obvious.
All right. So you guys
And then
you're pretty
everybody
far
can
in.
agree. Yeah.
You're pretty far. You're further than probably I am with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So,
this one bit where they're walking, they enter this door or something like that, and then this like sailor girl pops in for like half a second and then disappears, or something.
Yeah!
disappears.
That's
That was
about where we
absolutely
were when we
terrifying.
stopped.
no. We
Oh, is that a different one?
that's the no. That was the
Oh.
first probably
I'm
the
thinking
first.
about
That
First
was
off,
a fantastic scare in my opinion, and that really made
Yeah,
me
no.
have
I
lots
know
of
which
respect
one
for
you're
that game.
talking about. Like yes.
I saw
can't
it.
remember that at
Oh,
all.
that.
I'm thinking about a different one.
I thought that was a masterful.
Well,
scare.
because
I
Luke,
was
no, the
very
one you're
impressed.
thinking of is the
Wait.
right one, but this is like the one thing he's talking about is like the first time that like imagery is used.
Okay.
really good.
It was
really
very
liked it.
quick. It was you probably don't remember it.
It was like
It's,
it was kind of like it reminded me of like a Visage
Yeah.
type jump scare, and that's a really good.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, I think I think so far it's like I think it's because I'm playing it with a group that it's not that
No.
scary
I
so
was
far.
No,
terrified of my.
I'm not. We're not really scared. We're sort of just anxious because we're all afraid that we're gonna get the other
Gonna-
characters killed.
Yeah, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're goofing on it half the time. Every other joke is that something in Medan.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You'll see it when the playthrough.
Oh my gosh,
comes
this
out.
is gonna be an amazing playthrough.
Yeah,
like-
I'm pretty happy with it, except for like, did we overuse the Man of Medan?
Oh
joke?
no. That is the joke of Medan. Come on.
And I am
joke
done
of
running my
Medan.
mouth. I am done running my mouth about anime.
All right. So yeah, awesome. Well, on that note, we will move to the host topic then. So the host topic this week, if you didn't get a chance to look at it, we're going to be talking about TV show formats. And with that, I kind of have a few examples, but basically, TV show formats that you like, ones that you don't, and ones that are kind of like horrible. And maybe ideas for new TV show formats, kind of a thing.
Jesse, quick question: did you make this subject up for me specifically?
No, I did it because I have a pet peeve with a particular show.
Okay, but have I talked to you about show formats? I have
Yes.
very particular opinions.
Yes.
Okay, so you did know that going in. Well, you start since you have something
Yes.
you want to talk about.
So, in terms of show formats, there's one particular show that did this for like a season or two, and I hated it. I genuinely thought it was the most annoying thing and the most frustrating thing. It ruined the pace of the show. It destroyed any and all tension in each season, and that was the second season of Matt Smith in Doctor Who, where they decided to start splitting each of their like 10, 15 episode seasons into two halves throughout the year, and it just broke all pacing, and it was the most disgusting
terrible.
thing ever.
Wait, so every episode was a two-parter, basically?
No. Basically, like, what they did is, like, instead of, like, having, your one long season, what they did is they were just, like, let me check how many episodes was actually in those
Sometimes
seasons.
I think they would divide it like more than twice, like 3 times.
They basically imagine, like, you're watching a season, and then they just decide to take an entire, like, seasonal break in the middle of your season.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
There's like a season.
That's pretty normal.
7
That's
part
pretty
1 and part
normal. American TV shows, I think.
Well, no, for like something like a sitcom, that's a little more understandable. But for something like Doctor Who, where it's very plot heavy, and it's like
Yeah.
they're very much about building up that season long plot, and then it gets to the
Yeah.
stupid like halfway thing. You basically are splitting into 2 mini seasons that have a very bad pace.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, it's weird that they would do it because Britain seems to just kind of like they just seem to go like by their own rules and stuff when it comes to TV
Mhm.
formats. But yeah, America, we do that a lot. We'll have a mid-season break, and that's not just for like sitcoms, Jesse. That's like for any show, really.
Well, like
as far as I know.
I don't-
I think there's shows that don't do
Not like
mid-season
a
breaks.
couple week break or like a month long break. Like Doctor Who would do like
Basically,
half a year
like-
sometimes or something.
half a year.
like basically
Yeah.
like
Okay,
basically
yeah.
like it starts
I
at
don't think
Christmas,
that's
it goes till like March, and then you have to wait till like September for it to start back up again.
Okay,
And it's like
I'd have
it was
I'd have
so
to do
annoying.
more research on it. I stream shows. Pretty much, I don't watch shows live on TV.
Yeah. Well,
Pretty
this
much
was
all.
like something we were
So-
watching live on TV when it happened,
Yeah.
and it broke the consistency of the season so much because
Yeah.
what happened is it started affecting the writing in weird ways because
Right.
like it basically started affecting it to the point it's like every episode took place like 3 weeks apart from the previous episode, whereas that was not ever implied or hinted, and it was just like made you feel like less connected to the characters.
That is weird.
Gross.
Like it was pretty much at that season that I really stopped liking the way they did the show. I still liked the show. A lot of the episodes were still good, but I felt so much less connected and invested in the show when they did that.
Yeah.
It's interesting you'd bring that up because I usually would point to like British shows as like doing because like I said, like it's not only that Britain has their own rules,
Mhm.
but they almost have like no rules. So like each show does it differently almost.
Mm-hmm.
So like they'll do miniseries. Like they're a lot better about doing a miniseries than we would over here.
Yeah.
'Cause we got to milk it, right? We got to get as many seasons out as we can of the show because we got to have 20,000 seasons of The Walking Dead. You know, it's like we got to keep doing it. All the characters are dead. Who cares? Bring in new ones. I don't watch Walking Dead, so I have no clue. But in Britain, they will do like this is our show. We did 2 seasons of this, however many episodes we want. That's the show. Thank you. Watch it. We're done. We're doing something else.
Yeah.
Sherlock is interesting because they basically make 3 movies that come out every few years. So, and and that's great. I think that's a good way to do the show.
Even though
too.
they kind of started milking that one as well though because it was so
They
popular.
did. Yes, that is true. And then they wrote that show into the ground and probably won't make any more, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. You know what? I only came for Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman anyway, so
Yeah.
it was like at that point I'm like everything else around this isn't great, but you guys are still good and always are.
I liked Mycroft. I liked him.
Oh, Mycroft is great too. You're right. Mycroft is fantastic. But yeah, that's a good show. I mean, first season.
First 2
second
seasons.
season?
Second
Yeah,
season
I'd
was
say
good. I honestly liked the plot of season 3, but we're not talking about that right now.
Yeah, that's true. We're derailing a little bit. So I have very strong opinions about this. So do you guys want to go ahead and sound off before I?
Yeah, if
Pick
any
up the
of
rest
if
of
any
this
of you have
segment.
any of like ideas of like formats that you like, don't like, just go ahead and feel free to pitch in, either of you two.
I love anthologies. I wish people would do more anthologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of
Yeah.
coming back a little bit with like shows like Black Mirror because I know Black Mirror is really successful and I don't watch it, but I know American
The new
Horror
Twilight
Story is really
Zone.
successful.
Yeah.
Twilight, I have not seen the new Twilight.
I've
Have you
heard
guys
it's
seen
not. I've heard it's not good.
that? Yeah.
I
Ah,
watched
Is
the
that
first
like the whole
episode.
show or just some of the episodes?
First
Well, that's
episode
kinda
was
how, like,
decent.
That's how the original Twilight Zone was. Some of the episodes sucked.
Yeah.
and some were
Well, I mean-
really amazing.
Yeah. Let's see. On IMDb, The Twilight Zone 2019 is rated 5.8. The best episode is rated a 6.9. So
ooh, that's
Which
not-
episode is that? The first one?
that's the second one.
Oh.
First one's rated 6.1.
That really saddens me. Yeah,
That's-
I mean, Black Mirror is kind of a new Twilight Zone anyway.
And now, even that one isn't that bad now. Like I've heard people said it's.
I haven't seen some of like the new season. I have not seen any of. Did I watch one? I don't think I've even seen any of the seasons or any of the episodes of the newest season. But like Black Mirror is like most anthologies kind of have this problem because they oftentimes anthologies have bigger pools of writers, I think, and so
That always helps too. Yeah.
it can be nice, but the other thing is like a lot of the episodes will vary dramatically in tone, and so Black Mirror, even though it's a great show, like some of the episodes will be like mind-blowingly amazing, and then the next one will be like the stupidest thing you've ever seen in your life. It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of hilarious, but
So are you trying to sell us an anthology? No.
yes, they're great. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I
No,
think it provides you a lot of opportunities with like, you know, the like half-hour or hour format without having to like, you know,
It
provide plot armor to characters.
Yeah,
it frees you up,
Yeah.
you know, to do what you want.
I like the idea of an anthology, even though I'm like not. It's not something I watch
I mean-
a lot of anthologies.
I
but-
mean, though,
I like
you
the
know,
idea.
we were talking about Man of Medan, like, that is part of the Dark Pictures anthology, which is what they're trying to do, is they're trying to basically make an anthology series.
which I like. That's
Yeah.
a
That
cool
sounds
idea.
Very cool. Yeah,
Very
because
cool.
the Twilight Zone is great. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, that's great. Alfred Hitchcock Presents was pretty consistent in quality, I think. But Twilight Zone, you'd have great episodes, and you have like really stupid episodes.
Also depends on which season you were in of the Twilight Zone.
Yes.
The season one's, like, had pretty much mostly winners, to my knowledge.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. But yeah, hopefully, if they do more like the new Twilight Zone show, I'll have to watch it at some point just to like, put my, 2 cents in on it. But hopefully, like more good anthologies come out. But yeah, I can't speak for the most recent season of Black Mirror. I haven't seen any of those episodes, but yeah, anthologies. I like anthologies.
All right, Will, you have any?
I don't watch enough TV to really have any input. I'm gonna be honest.
That's perfectly fair then. All right, Luke,
All right, you guys ready? Pandora's box is opening.
open up.
I do not like the way American TV shows do their episodes, because especially now. So this is mostly based off of watching the DC shows. So they do like 20 episode seasons, like most shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thing is that for the story that they want to tell, you don't need 20 episodes to do a story, like a
Yes.
concise story that like they want to do.
Yes.
Now, they kind of wanted their cake and eat it too, so they wanted to do like monster of the week or villain of the week and an overarching story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the thing for me is like if you're going to do 20 episodes in a season, you need to have like you almost need to like the episodes shouldn't impact each other. You know,
Yeah.
it's like that's so much story to try to write. It gets stretched out and things don't make as much sense. If I'm making sense, hopefully I am.
Yeah.
But it's like at a certain point you're like, man, just I already get where you're just do the story.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I it's weird because it seems like TV shows almost kind of like stifle the creativity a little bit of the writers.
Yeah.
Since they give them too much or too little when they order a season of a show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty consistent. Like, even good shows, I'm like, man, that could have used another episode, or that needed less episodes. They didn't need that many episodes.
Mm-hmm.
A good exception, I think, is season 1, which is the only season I ever watched because it's supposed to be the only good season of Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty perfectly crafted show. So that's like a 20 episode, like 20. It was like 22. Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Episode range. That was like what 2004 or something that show came out, something
Yeah.
like that. So 20 whatever episodes. It had an overarching story, right? So it had like it's sort of like you had your main villain. They kind of hinted at, popped up in the first third or something, and then you got the conclusion for the story, which was a little rushed, but maybe another episode would have helped. I don't know. Pretty perfect other than that, but there was like 6 characters or something, like 6-7 characters and a bunch of side characters. So like if you have like just a crap ton of characters, then and you each need to like have their own thing, 20 episodes sure is fine, but like most shows try to center around a more reasonable amount of characters, but then it's too much or too little for 20 episodes, I should say. But Heroes did it pretty perfect because there's like 50 characters and they all had their own story arc, but it all went and concluded in one thing at the end. Ironically, they got screwed over because they were going to do an anthology series. So each season was going to have new characters. And the studio was like, everybody really likes these characters, so let's keep them and get rid of, like, don't do what you were going to do before. And then then they had to write for those characters over and over again, and it spiraled into insanity, basically. Apparently. So I didn't even watch past, because I was like, that pretty much told the story. They did one thing that was obviously going to come back next season, but everybody else had their story, and I think it made
So did
sense.
the first season resolve it then? And then they just added more?
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, like, you can watch just the first season and have, like, no
Yeah.
desire to watch. Okay.
Highly recommend it. Just watch that first season. It's really good TV. Like, everything about it. You'll watch it and you'll be like, oh, this is a show. I get it. So it's like the vibe of the show, the music, the soundtrack's actually really good, which I don't talk about on any show ever. Anyway, I'm just talking about Heroes. So another show, if you couldn't tell, I like superheroes. Peggy Carter Show. They did 8 episodes first season, 10 episodes next season. Concise story. Everything was there. They canceled it because we can't have nice things. But yeah, so that was kind of an interesting story. So that worked out pretty good. So I don't know. All I'm saying is that we need to be way more flexible with seasons and shows. But I feel like we're starting to get that now. Like, some shows, I think they're getting an odd number of seasons now. And with streaming services, I think that helps too, because I think Disney is doing like 6 episodes or something, so they can go put a bigger budget into their Marvel superhero shows.
And I kind of want to.
They're like,
I kind of want to tack onto this a little bit on your discussion of like flexibility with the seasons. Is I've noticed a lot of streaming shows do this where they won't not only have like flexible seasons, but they'll have flexible episode lengths. Series of unfortunate events. I didn't notice this until after I finished the show, but I looked back. Some of those episodes were like 30 minutes. Some of them was like over an hour. And like you look over it, and they're all like in between those time lengths, and it's just like it's never consistent. And I'm like, I didn't notice it while watching because it was so well paced.
Yeah,
that's
no
a really
Blackbeard does
interesting
that.
idea. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because, like, not only do you have to think about seasons, you got to think about the episode, right? So, what's the chunk of the story we're going to give you? That
You
might
can
be
only
different.
really do that with like
Streaming.
Streaming because like you get the time slot on TV. So
God, Papa bless streaming.
yeah,
I think streaming actually, now that we're talking about it, that's probably going to, like.
I mean, it's already made TV
but-
better, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, heck, you're right. Well, you know what? And then, like, I didn't even think about streaming services. I was talking about network TV. Like, crap. Like, a bunch of Netflix shows. Like,
Daredevil?
let me not talk about superheroes for a second.
Okay, not Daredevil.
I won't go into Daredevil because no superhero stuff. I'm done. I shouldn't talk about superheroes all the time. Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Perfect example. They did, almost perfect example. They did, 8 for the first season? Perfect amount for the story that they wanted to tell. Then they stretched it to 10, and they had an episode or 2 that they didn't need. And then I think they dialed it back again this season, right?
And everyone liked it again.
Yeah, exactly, right? And it's like, I mean, it's like, the story might have gone some places that people didn't really enjoy as much, but the story that they wanted to tell, they told, and they told it concisely. I think if you can look at it, because the other thing, and basically it's just thank God for streaming, because because network TV shows, it's been kind of weird for TV shows. I think it's amazing what TV shows have done in the past years with networks breathing down their necks. Because it's something else you got to think about. They could order 20 episodes of a TV show, and it'll be like, hey, the ratings for the first 2 episodes are really good, so we're going to order 2 or 3 more episodes and tack that onto a season, of which you're probably having an overarching story for. And it's like, well, great, cool. So we have to write 3 more episodes, something that we had a story written for.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But streaming, there's a lot of innovative. Well, I shouldn't say innovative. That's probably overselling it. But they're experimenting with how many episodes and the episode lengths in this show.
Yeah. Oh, and one final thing is in terms of the format stuff is that one show I would say that has that traditional American like TV show format that did use it well, like really, really well, and I'll say why it did is House used the basically like the 24 episode format really, really well, and that's mainly because the draw of that show is the characters, not necessarily the plot lines. Because the show goes through a lot of different plot lines throughout each season, and each episode is its own plot line, but the way they change the focus from the episodes to the characters makes you want to keep going, even though you know it's going to be a long ride, but that's because the characters are so interesting, and because it's so long, they, take characters out, bring other characters in, bring characters out and bring them back again, do all sorts of stuff. But you have a large cast of characters, and they're all likable, except Cameron. They're all likable. And
I think that's why like sitcoms are like able to have like
yeah,
like a dozen seasons and still be like pretty like mostly good all the way throughout.
Yeah, and I mean, your writing staff could get stretched thin, but that's one of those things where it's like if if each episode's kind of self-contained, then it really doesn't matter that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said episode, but if each episode's kind of self-contained. I was actually going to check like The Office, for example, like to see how many episodes they have per season.
I think it was about like 20 or a little.
I thought
bit
so.
Over 20.
I thought they might have.
I think it was just like 22 or 23. I think a couple of the seasons were shorter.
Yeah, well, the first season was shorter.
Yeah, it was basically like the pilot season, honestly.
but
yeah,
the pilot episode.
exactly. So like they didn't do nearly as much.
But like
Trying to think.
Frasier,
But anyway.
again, another example. It's a sitcom again, but they have like 24 episodes per season or something like that. And it never gets old for some reason.
Yeah,
That's because the characters are good, and because the show evolves over time, and the writing can get more interesting or less interesting. But it gives them time to sort of experiment. But yeah,
Right. So basically, if you have a plot line that you want to stretch out for a season, write for that many episodes.
Yes.
If you're doing a sitcom, sky's the limit.
yeah,
do whatever you want.
Do as few or as many as you, because it's going to be a different story each episode anyway. So it's not going to be an overarching plot. That's why I was looking up The Office, because I think they kind of had.
They had plot lines. They didn't really have like a.
Yeah, but they went through. Yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah.
kind of like breadcrumb that in
Like-
as you wanted.
like kind of what you say is
Still
like
very well written, but yeah.
like if you're you're making you want to tell a story right for that amount of episodes, but if you are just want to have a concept for a show like a sitcom or a House type show where it's like more about the concept and the characters, what they'll often do is instead of like writing a season for a plot, they'll write a plot for that season, and that gives them a better stretch for that whole thing. Because they know how many episodes they're going to do, they write a plot, and they know they can sprinkle that in, little here, little there, kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah.
So-
You could do that.
Well, there we go. Well, that was a good segment.
There we go.
There you go. Let's see other segments. Luke, did you want to do a reboot corner this particular one, or?
I didn't have anything specifically in mind. However, I think that now that we just talked about TV shows, and I mentioned like a reboot TV show idea I had on the Lost episode that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Could I recycle that since we didn't really go in
You're
depth?
probably talking to the wrong people. Are you talking about the Dragon Tales one?
No.
Okay, because I was going to be like, if you were, you're talking to the wrong people about that.
Yeah.
What was the
No,
other one?
My other one was Spider-Man. We thought maybe a Spider-Man TV show would work better if you're going to reboot him for the zillionth time. We just talked about TV show formats, so I thought it might be a good segue into that.
Yeah, I think a Spider-Man TV show could work well. Maybe, who knows, maybe that's what Sony will do with our boy.
With Toby?
Not Toby.
Tommy?
Tommy?
What the heck is his name? Tommy.
Tommy.
What the frick is his name?
Tom Holland.
Why can't I think of the kid? Tom Holland, yeah. Okay, so I said Tommy instead of Tom, whatever.
His middle
so yeah.
name is Stanley.
Tom Stanley Holland.
Thomas Stanley Holland.
That's
It's
amazing.
perfect. Have you ever seen the people that do the side-by-side picture? Oh my god, he looks just like young Stan Lee. There's like a slight resemblance, but
What?
you know. Look it up. Somebody probably photoshopped it or some BS like that. But yeah, Spider-Man, my favorite superhero. I was talking about it like we have a lost episode of the podcast that never made it up on the channel. It will eventually, but I guess Sony had just pulled Spider-Man that week, right?
Oh my gosh, he kind of does.
I'm
looking at-
Look at
Maybe
the
like a little bit.
no. Look
Yeah,
at the
like,
eyes.
But
Young
Look at the
Stanley's,
eyes.
like got a larger
Young
forehead.
Stanley is
Yeah.
way cooler.
No. I'm
Yeah,
just.
I gotta say,
just
young
look
Stanley
at.
is cool.
I'm not denying that. Just look at the eyes, though. Look at the side by side on the eyes. They even have the same
little
slight
bit.
squint on one eye.
Yeah, put the picture in the thing.
Yeah.
We were kind of talking about like
They got different head shapes.
maybe
just
like a
look-
long form story or like a long-ish form story might work better for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't have that many ideas after that. I like the whole like put him in high school again. I think
Mhm.
that works out pretty good. Yeah, I don't know because I think you could go more style with it, where it's like you got Team Spidey. He's got a couple friends that know his identity, and they
Yeah.
have to kind of work together to, he's Spider-Man, but they he's got his guy in the chair, he's got his Ned, and then like throw Gwen Stacy in there too. I don't know.
Mm.
Do something like that could be fun. You could do it more like, not like Daredevil, but more like, we just made a long movie spread out across episodes. You could do it that way too.
Yeah.
Only thing is budget, which I don't think you need a ridiculous budget for a Spider-Man show. I wouldn't think. Like,
Yeah.
it depends on you. There's some villains you couldn't do, obviously, I think, but a good chunk of them I think would be fine. I think. But yeah. Actually, I believe Sony actually does have TV shows that they are planning, so who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get one, but
Maybe we'll get
it's
a.
probably get.
Maybe we'll get like a TV show about the Norman Osborn.
That sounds like something they do, and I'm honestly not hyped about it. Unless it connects.
No, it would connect. It would
If it
connect.
connects, that's cool. Sure, whatever. That's fine. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with them, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Anybody else have any ideas for that? Because I kind of like just brought it up again since I didn't have anything.
Bring Harry into the high school.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, bring Harry in.
Like,
He could
there
be-
has been
yeah.
an annoying lack of Harry in Spider-Man content recently.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
not.
exactly.
He was not in Spider-Man PS4 game. He was not in any of the Spider-Man movies recently. He was not in Into the Spider-Verse. Where's Harry?
Yeah, Harry Osborn's just like out. Any of the Osborns are out. I guess because they did Green Goblin. But it's been so long. They redid Dr. Octopus, maybe even better in the PlayStation 4 game. Not really a spoiler, but yeah, like they did Dr. Octopus again in PS4. So like, you could do Green. I mean, they're probably going to do Green Goblin sequel. Honestly, they have Norman Osborn in there. He pretty much. I don't think he's Green Goblin yet. Like it doesn't seem like it at all. I don't know. I'm spoiling a year-old game, but whatever.
You're spoiling non-spoilery stuff.
Yeah, non-spoilery stuff. Yeah, where it's like I'm Norman Osborn, and it's like, oh,
Also, Will, you were asking who's Harry? It's James Franco.
Who's James Franco?
but yeah, he's Peter Parker's best friend, basically. So
James Franco. Not
Oh wait,
Harry.
was Harry's the dude that like?
Willem
becomes, like,
Willem
really
Dafoe's
bad.
son in the
Right.
Tobey Maguire
Yes.
Spider-Man movies.
In the Tobey, yes. Now I kind of remember. Right,
Harry, Mr. Osborn.
Harry.
All right.
Harry Osborn.
Well, that was your reboot corner. All right, Steven, dog of the day.
All right,
Week.
this
is it dog of the week or dog of the day? It's different each time.
I think I always call it dog. It's dog of the day and food of the week.
That's so confusing.
Yeah, but it's
Dog of the food.
That's the
but
point.
dog of the day. It's like you got
Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, it does make sense. Sorry, Steve.
Dude.
Also, there's enough dogs in the world that you can have one every day.
That's true.
Oh wow.
There's not
okay,
enough
no,
food in the
no.
Not enough food to have it every week.
All
right,
not in
this
some
is-
places.
Claude.
Actually, I just saw the Tom. Oh my God! It's Beethoven.
That is an amazing dog.
That's
Come
Beethoven.
on.
Beethoven's fifth, more like Beethoven's 500 pounds.
Where have I seen
overweight.
I saw a dog like this in a show or something recently.
Be-
You can tell by that guy's legs that he's also
Wait.
overweight.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's terrible. But yeah, this dog is amazing.
Okay.
I always kind of wondered. I love big dogs.
This is like my favorite dog.
All right. So
Yo, mine too, but I just couldn't actually handle them because they drool way too much.
Oh my
That's
god.
a good
and bringing in the dog. Bringing in the dog.
Look at that drool
Cover-
right there.
Oh,
I couldn't handle that, but I love the dog.
They're so cute.
this dog
Cuddly.
looks like you'd take him to go fishing. That's the kind of dog.
All right.
These are the dogs that have like the in like the wintry areas. They have like the
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
It's
Your
not. Hold
rings
on.
around
I
the
have to
neck,
actually
whatever.
cover
Is it
Steven's
the
face
beard?
with it. Okay.
I'm okay with that.
You okay with that? All right. So Steven, I'm covering your face with the dog. Ooh. I stretched out the dog. All right. There we go. Dog of the day. Look, even Noah's excited for the dog of the day. Look at that. That is a quality.
Oh yeah, Noah's in the chat. Hey,
Noah
Noah.
is in the chat.
Hey,
Noah is like our most faithful viewer. He always
That's
comes
true.
and watches.
True.
Noah, you're the real MVP. Though the fact that you always come and watch is weird because you could actually be in the podcast, you know.
That is actually really weird. I don't know
Why,
why you don't.
why are you calling out lurkers? That's the thing you don't do.
What?
Oh well, he's a friend of ours.
I'm kidding.
Oh okay.
No, he's not a real friend of ours. We don't know him.
Well, not only is he
He's
a
just
cute
a-
dog, but he's a good
Are we-
dog. Look at
are we
that
still
photo
talking
right
about Noah?
there.
Yeah,
Look at that
we're always
photo right there. He's a good dog.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh man, that's cute.
All right,
Oh,
the
does he eat that chicken
self-control.
by himself?
No, I mean he's a good boy because he's not eating
Oh.
it. That's zoners.
All right.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
that is that
Oh, also,
quality dog.
PSA: don't feed your dogs chicken. Chicken bones they can choke on really easy.
That's a good dog right there.
And don't feed them chocolate because apparently that
Don't
kills
feed
them for
your
some
dogs
reason.
a lot of things.
I think
Yeah,
we're
dogs
just trying to
actually
withhold good things from our dogs.
Yeah, go. Yeah, Steven's like I put a bunch of chocolate covered grapes inside.
Dude,
of
I
the-
just grab a whole
Instead of-
chicken and dip it in chocolate and give it to my dog.
Yeah. I stuff some grapes in there. It's great.
So, Steve, what did you say the dog's name was?
Claude.
Claude.
I'm sorry.
That
for
is a
calling you
Claude.
lurker, no,
Oh my goodness, that is a nice
that's
dog.
That's a dog named.
I
Claude.
was just kidding, friendo.
Noah's upset. Will you upset Noah?
Yep.
All right, good dog, good dog. Did we want to do a random SCP
Sure.
in honor of Jonathan, who I forgot to mention? Jonathan will no longer be able to join us regularly for the podcast due to work-related scheduling issues. So, moment of honor for Jonathan. All right, moment of honor is over. SCP.
Wait, what? What?
So, well, never mind.
SC,
Die.
Yeah, let's do that
SCP.
random SCP, dude.
Steven, give me a random number.
2,464.
That was a good
That
random
might be
number.
too high.
No. Wait, hold on. My numpad's not working. Say that again. 2,000.
2,464.
All right, that's not too high. SCPs go up in like 4,000 now.
Sure.
This could either be really
All right.
interesting or really
Oh,
boring.
already it's interesting. I see a picture of a cave. All right. It's a Keter class. SCP-2464. So, this SCP is a temporal and spatial anomaly existing within the Morris Limestone Mine. It is located near a town in Indiana, and it is only accessible through the removal of a large stone slab that covers its entrance.
Is it nearby Hawkins Labs?
It could be. The name of the town is redacted, so we don't know. Could be Hawkins, Indiana.
When did it get written?
I don't think it actually tells, does it?
That would be cool,
It said
because they probably-
last edited 24th May 2019.
Yeah, maybe it was written after Stranger Things. Everybody's like, I should
History.
write my own fanfic.
I think it was made in 2014.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
so this
Well,
is
okay, yeah, keep going.
so this is one of those SCPs that split into a bunch of different SCPs again. So basically, it's a big mine, and in front of the mine, there's an American farmhouse in a state of advanced disrepair. The analysis of plant matter within the mine have no biological substances. What? Has
No
revealed...
unknown or foreign
Okay.
biological substances.
Wait, the sun within the mine? Apparently the mine has its own lighting, and it's always at dusk. That's really interesting.
Huh.
Alright, SCP -2 is a human female, approximately 12 years old. Oh no. It's a horror
creepy
game.
kid,
It's an
right.
indie horror game.
It's one of Jesse's lollies. Oh, sorry.
Will,
What?
Sorry.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Will, member.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Actually, you don't know. That challenge is not on the channel.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna continue to let the audience have no context.
Okay.
No, it'll be fine.
Welcome to the no context
Honestly,
corner.
the joke you made makes the challenge sound weirder than it actually is.
The challenge involves anime, not lollies. There we
Nah,
go.
just cut it out.
Thank you.
Cut it
I'm
out
not
in
cutting
post.
it out. You can't.
Oh,
This is going. The VOD is going directly to YouTube.
Oh.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
We'll do it
So-
live. Will, I'm
guys-
editing you out.
You guys making fun of the homeless that's forever. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
We do
Oh.
it live.
Oh, it gets
Make fun
worse.
of the homeless.
it-
We also did a disclaimer that we weren't trying to make fun of the homeless. That we just realized what we were saying did not sound as positive as we thought. Does anyone care about this SCP anymore? Like,
I
okay,
do.
go, what is the creepy 12-year-old girl do?
All right. The creepy. Oh no. So, she's. Oh gosh. She's perpetually open mouths. Her mouth is just open at all times.
Well, that just sucks.
She's just sitting on the bed in the second floor master bedroom of the farmhouse. She's unmoving and unresponsive. The farmhouse is in front of the mine.
Oh, okay.
She's held.
It's a dark
Oh my gosh, she's held to the bed by shackles located on the wrists and ankles. The shackles are all
It
rusted.
gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh,
Mom, I
oh,
don't like this anymore.
oh gosh. So she has a twin sister, which is SCP-3.
Why did I say this number?
Oh my gosh.
It's like you did some research beforehand, Steven.
No, I just said a number.
This is scary. This is scarier than Man of Medan.
A lot of things probably are.
So this one is completely chained up around like everything. Knees, ankles, elbows, wrists, torso, neck,
I'm
unresponsive.
retreating into my shirt.
That's a good idea. What? SCP is extremely emaciated?
Emaciated.
What does that word mean?
Emaciated? Emaciated.
What is that
That's
word?
what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. And secretes a viscous black liquid through its
Aw.
mouth.
Ah,
Continue.
I'm not reading that next sentence.
Continue. That's important.
No, that's not important.
For audience clarification,
Is it important?
like a
It's
like a mother
weird.
bird
It's
to her
weird.
young little chicks,
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
feeding the liquid to the
No!
other
now
female by a mouth.
The source of the liquid is currently
we
unknown.
need Jonathan back. He picked out fun ones. Terrible.
Oh my gosh! All right, this is
Oh!
All right, it actually gets kind of interesting. It looks.
all right. So this is the crux of it all. This is what it's all been building
Okay.
up to. SCP-2464-4 is a machine believed to be designed and constructed by the late Dr. Michael Banning, a Foundation researcher from I don't care about those dates. It is situated within the second floor master bedroom along the north-facing wall. Hold on. Why is like the main SCP a mine, but everything takes place in the house outside of it?
I think it said the actual SCP was the anomaly, wasn't it? The spatial anomaly around it or something.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm not sure.
I'm a dumb one.
I get it.
Temporal and spatial anomaly is existing within the mind.
Okay. Okay. So, it consists of a main hub and a number of copper tubes which run up the wall towards the sisters. These tubes all enter the twin sister via copper access port on its right side. Yeah, maybe that's where the black liquid's coming from. You ever thought about that, SCP writer? Below the armpit.
So she pumps
door
this
being
crap
knocked down?
into her pit and then
I'm in the
feeds
middle
it-
of a podcast right now.
What the flip?
Okay.
This is why I use push to talk, folks. So that no one can hear my significant other, if you know what I'm saying, because she likes to talk to me because we have a good relationship. I don't know.
Will, nice try.
Wow.
These
Anyway.
tubes all their purpose is currently unknown. The entirety of SCP-24 is in a state of disrepair and is the subject of ongoing attempt to fully restore its entire mechanism. Alright, this is interesting. The apparent purpose of 2464 is to extend the lifespan of SCP-2464 by means of preventing this twin sister from aging.
Oh.
Interesting. While this process appears to have been thus far effective, the apparent side effect is degeneration. So that explains why it takes on the appearance of like a 12-year-old girl. Of cell tissues, resulting in a number of cancers appearing throughout the body. While the rate of expansion of these cancers has been kept to a minimum due to the state of machine's disrepair, the current... basically, the machine's going to break in like 10 years without repair. And the twin sister will probably die. I don't get the point of the first sister, though.
Yeah. What?
Terrifying.
Well, that was a...
There's like an addendum in, like, I might check this later. There's like an addendum in, like, incident reports. I might look at that later.
It's doing the whole. There's like input credentials, hack the mainframe, access accepted. Whoa. I mean, it's always fun, but kind of.
Well,
That's
okay.
it.
Alright,
So
There's definitely.
Oh no, I know the
Jonathan's-
point of the
Jonathan will
girl.
come back and will be like, "You ruined my site."
She's a reality bender.
interesting.
As you are.
Yep, as you do. Just
As you
As
do.
you do.
As you
Bend
do.
reality.
a class 4 reality bender.
Nice. And then she eats black oil poop.
Yes.
Alright. Well,
we don't
on...
know if it's.
Well, that was terrifying. What's
yes,
next?
it was. News. Actually, Steven, food of the week, real quick.
Okay.
Like,
I
really,
have
really
this
quick.
giant jug of apple juice.
That's a nice jug of apple juice.
I bought this Sunday, and I'm like that far through it. I love just chugging a ton of apple juice.
I can't tell if he's doing a bit or if this is like a thing.
That is not healthy.
Yeah. Also, you're gonna like.
Oh yeah.
How are you not just like diarrheaing everywhere, all over yourself?
Because I have a healthy diet, and
No, it's apple juice.
I love
man.
apple
It's gonna-
juice.
That'll
What does
slam
your
through
diet
your
consist
inside.
of?
It consists of apples
Supplementing
and
my
apple
diet with vitamin C.
Yeah, and how much sugar?
28 grams per 8 fluid ounces.
juice.
Alright.
She just drinks.
Well,
I don't drink a lot of other sugar or eat a
All
lot
right,
of other
Johnny
sugar.
Appleseed.
all right, and we're gonna go ahead
Oh,
and
yeah.
quickly move on to the news and then wrap it up real quick. All right, so news. I'm on my lovely news site. Hideo Kojima suggests gamers not to watch the upcoming Death Stranding gameplay.
Good for him.
Why did they
Yeah.
put it out then?
That's fair.
Probably just for
He,
people
probably,
who
he
want
probably
to.
has no control over certain things. In fact, that actually makes a lot of sense. It's probably why a lot of gameplay trailers come out, despite what maybe.
and other news-
Well, I think doesn't he mean like Let's Players?
I think just
no,
people in
there's
general.
a
He's
gameplay
just
trailer
saying-
that he probably.
There's like gonna be a big 40-minute long presentation of Death
He just
Stranding
wants you to-
on
he just-
Saturday.
Yeah, he just doesn't want you to see that you just
Yeah,
climb ladders.
He
the
probably
whole-
doesn't have any control over that. It's probably like a corporate thing that
Yeah,
Isn't like
You know.
the studio technically like independent now?
I think it's like under Sony at the moment.
Okay.
Probably
Oh,
like
weird,
a
okay.
decision by Sony. So
All right, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. There was
good for him. I
there was a
support
cool
that.
new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake today.
Oh, cool.
It looked really, really neat. In
I look
other,
forward to
in
that
other
game.
news, the new Celeste levels came out, and they're super duper whooper hard, and it's really, really hard. And I'm having
Is
such
that a free update?
Yes, it's so hard.
I have that free on the Epic Store.
It's so hard. System Shock 3 has pre-alpha gameplay.
There's a System Shock thing.
Yep, it's in pre-alpha.
How have I not heard about System Shock 3?
It's in pre-alpha, and there's some gameplay footage for it.
Cool.
Enter the Gungeon is getting a spin-off mobile game called Exit the Gungeon. It's a side-scroller perspective. It looks really fun. I actually hope I hope it comes to PC because it actually looks kind of fun.
We'll see. I mean, you know, if it's Enter the Gungeon, I'm in.
Yeah, it looks really fun. I mean,
Great
it's
game.
using like most of the same artwork from Enter the Gungeon, but from a side perspective. So it looks really cool. Yeah. No, that's about it. So
Is that about it?
that's about it. Upcoming on the
So when I was
Yeah.
when I was looking up Office, how many episodes are in the season of Office? Apparently, a couple of actors in Office are doing a podcast about going through the Office. I guess.
Interesting.
So cool.
Neat.
It's actually kind of cool.
I still gotta watch that.
The Office, yeah, good
good.
show.
It's good.
Good
Alright.
show.
Yeah.
People are just going to assume that you're real basic if you watch it, but hey, you know what? It's still a good show, despite the fact that a lot of people base it. I watched The Office. I'm like, that's like it's the height of television. Really great sitcom, really innovative. It's just, yeah. I mean,
All right.
don't make that your
Yeah.
personality.
It makes me laugh.
All right.
Haha.
All right.
10 out of 10.
All right. I'm trying to wrap this up here. I'm short on time. So with that being all case, great podcast, everybody. Nice. We all had fun, I believe. And upcoming this week, we've got Man and Medan playthrough. I'm gonna try and get that up. More arcade videos, all sorts of fun stuff. So, on that note, I think we're done. I think we're done. Thank you, Will, for joining us. Hope to see you in the future.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Anytime soon.
Alrighty. Bye bye.